Hi, my name is Rachel Brewster and welcome to Humor in Heels. I am doing the carnivore diet experiment, really, and cataloging what my experience is as I go along. So, I just got done with my first week of the carnivore diet, and there are a couple of things that I wanted to remember, hence the recording for my future self. Hello, future self. I hope you are well. Okay, so number one, what is my version of carnivore? A lot of people who do this go super strict right away. But I think a lot of people who do the carnivore diet also are experiencing obesity or autoimmune issues. So the incentive to go hardcore is there. I don't have either of those experiences, and I was more anxious about variety and feeling satiated. So I went with kind of more of the loosey-goosey version. Do you like that? Loosey-goosey version of carnivore, which is meat, seafood, meat products like eggs, cheese, and I'm also doing spices. Some carnivore people, especially the hardcore ones, only do salt. That is not my life, at least not right now. I'm just doing the big picture. I'm also not giving up my tea. Hot cinnamon spice tea. It's like Christmas in a cup. Do I look like an influencer? What do you think? Oh my God, Becky, this is like the tea for you, cause it's the tea for me. Obviously. Nailed it. Yeah, so some people don't give up their coffee. This tea is my version of coffee. I find it extremely comforting. So given that I'm not allowed to have chocolate or anything, obviously, on the carnivore diet, it's really soothing to have my hot cinnamon spice tea. So that's my version of the carnivore diet. Second thing I'm learning in week 2, I read a lot about Redmond salt. Oh look, I'm an influencer again. Nailed it. I learned a lot about this in the carnivore community. Some people just season their meat extensively. I did read about one person who put salt in their morning water and drank 8 ounces of water. So that's what I've been doing. For 8 ounces of water, oh, perfect, right at 8 ounces, I'll add half a teaspoon of that salt. It's been massively helpful. And I know it's one of these weird things that I do or had been doing lately is I noticed that I was struggling to retain water. TMI, I felt like I was drinking a massive amount of water, which you're supposed to do and is healthy, but then I was peeing all of the time. And that's not helpful. So I was starting to put salt in my water even before the carnivore diet and then added lemon juice so you wouldn't taste the salt. Well, number one, what I learned from reading some things from the carnivore community is that table salt is actually not that healthy for you. I didn't know that. And that Redmond salt is really more the way to go. Additionally, usually I had just been sprinkling the salt into my water. This I'm doing like half a teaspoon in the morning. It's been extremely beneficial. I feel so much better after I've had the Redmond salt plus water over what I'd been doing previously, which is drinking, 24 to 48 of these right away in the morning. I feel better doing 8 ounces with half a teaspoon of salt. It's way better. I don't get it. I don't get it, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, moving on. On Friday, which would have been Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days into the carnivore diet, I had a headache in the afternoon and I was getting crabby. And so I went for the cabinet to grab some ibuprofen, and I realized, you know what, it's actually been a while since I ate anything, so I should try eating first. And I ate and my headache went away. And I was like, oh, I've never had a hunger headache before in my life. Probably because my stomach is like, eat something, before my brain has a chance to go like, ouch, I hurt, I'm hungry. So it was my very first experience with a hunger headache, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And later, I remembered reading a carnivore success story of somebody who said I had to reevaluate what my hunger cues were, because for me, they might be headaches or something else. I can't remember what she said. Anyway, I had that same experience, and I was like, oh, is this gonna be the same? Am I gonna have that moving forward? I don't know, I've been paying attention to it. It hasn't happened again, but Anyway, okay. So my version of carnivore: salt in water, hunger headache. I haven't had the flu. People talk about the keto flu or carnivore flu. Labor Day weekend was right before I started this, and I had pizza, ice cream, s'mores, all the things. And I just haven't, I haven't had any transition problems at all, which kind of surprises me. I also haven't had any cravings. A couple of times I saw my mom have a piece of fruit or a chip, and I'm like, oh, that would be nice. But it wasn't that like monster that we're all used to experiencing, or at least I'm used to experiencing. So that's been really interesting as well, and positive. I do psychologically miss sweets. I don't know how to describe that. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, it'd be nice to be like comforted by a piece of chocolate. But that's kind of where the tea comes in, because I have this and caffeine and decaf. Anyway, whatever. The last thing that I wanted to mention was my measurements and how much that have changed 1 week into the carnivore diet. Saturday, which would have been 5 days into the carnivore diet, I had a tank top on and I was washing my hands in the bathroom, and I was looking at myself in the bathroom and I was like, I feel like I can see my biceps better than like 5 days ago or a couple days ago or whatever. Like it felt like the muscle was like coming like just from washing my hands. And I was like, is that a placebo? Am I like seeing things that aren't there? I don't know. But and I didn't want to measure myself to like check, but I did check myself on the full week mark on the 7th day. I have lost 3 pounds in a week. If I'm honest, I don't find that particularly interesting or care. I do find it interesting. I just don't know that I care. Because that's not a goal. And then I have the same measurements. So I measured my bust, my waist, and my hips, and my measurements are the same. So if I lost those 3 pounds, maybe I really was seeing what I was seeing in the mirror and it came off of my biceps. I don't know. Well, also it's only been a week and your weight fluctuates, right? So maybe I haven't actually lost the 3 pounds. I just lost 3 pounds that day. I don't know. I've also read that women take longer to experience results than men, so kind of curious what the next couple of weeks will bring. And that's it. That is the status thus far of my experience on the experiment of the carnivore diet. Hope you enjoy. Okay.